What's going on, guys? Get some big block stuff to show you guys. I only got those parts for the Nova. So acquired this motor through a friend of mine. He's a wheeler dealer, deals in a lot of parts, and he'd met this guy. Actually, he's friends with this guy. Had this motor built. It's a 40 over big block, had flat tops in it, cast pistons. I don't think that's the reason it blew up. Guy put this motor together for this guy, and he drove around the complex where they worked there, shop, whatever, for a week or two. Then I took it to the track, and it grenaded after the first burnout. So I was able to pick this up for doing a little bit of work for the guy. I'm doing some cylinder heads and stuff, and he got these parts for me. So I'll show you what we got. We got a block here, 2-bolt main, and had some serious issues right from the start. I was never gonna make it. This is a standard big block, or it's 40 over, but pretty standard layout. Got standard rods in it with ARP bolts. Had a bearing failure on this particular rod. That's what caused the whole catastrophic failure, bearing failure. You can see the bearing went bad, and took the wrist pin out and put that hole in the cylinder there. So we got one bad cylinder. I might try to take this block over and see if I can get the hole sleeve, buy a new rod, 140 over piston, and build a nice stock motor, you know, mellow motor. Got a set of oval port 049 heads set up for 600 lift. Got a camshaft, solid cam, 599, 600. We'll probably incorporate that into our big block build. Got a aluminum timing cover here. And of course, you know, every seal on the motor is brand new. I do have a gasket kit already, so I won't use any of the seals over. I'm just saying. Got a couple intake manifolds. Got a strip dominator here. We got the weigh-in that we've always had, and then we have a torquer, low profile torquer, oval port over there. Got the new crank over here. It's 1010 is what it says on the crank, but that was the problem. People get in more trouble with freshly machined parts than they ever do with used stuff. You can see the number 7 journal there is gone. It's all black. So I don't know if that's something that can be polished to size. Obviously it wasn't the right size. It says 1010, but more like a 9.9er. But anyway, I got a good double chain, got a good cam button, got a set of March pulleys, got a set of billet valve covers, got an aftermarket dampener there for the crankshaft. Whether I'll be able to use that or not with my Cali's crank, I don't know. I have to call Competition Products and give them the job number on the crank and see if it's externally or internally balanced, and I got to make that phone call, so we might or might not use that. Probably take these heads apart and service those. Show you a couple of the bearings. I know a lot of this shit got thrown away on this motor yesterday when we tore it apart. You can see right there 2 passes already into the copper, and a lot of the bearings were pinched in the radius area. That's when they turn the crank all the way at the cheek by the counterweight there. Sometimes you have to relieve the bearing for the radius in the crank. A lot of people don't do that. They'll just take the bearing out of the box, pop it on the crank, measure the center of the crank, not take into consideration the cheek or the radius, and the radius burns the bearing up, and it all starts from there. And that's exactly what happened on this motor. You know, it was a tight engine. It probably could have used -1 bearings, and could have had some relief work done on the edges of the bearings, and would have had a much better outcome for sure. Got the cam, I think I told you about that. I did get lifters, but he didn't keep them in order, and those will be no good to me. They had one big mistake on this. They put a windage tray, and usually a windage tray incorporates studs. There's a stud right here. Studs yield a different torque rating than a bolt will, even at the same number. And that could have been another issue, over torquing where the studs were and maybe not enough torque where the bolts were. I don't know, uneven though for sure. I did pick up a set of pistons too. Here's a set of pistons that I got for the big block. I got a couple of them cleaned up, ready to go. I've been cleaning these up, and these are standard bore, 10.5-to-1. They'll be perfect for our big block project. And I got 2 of them cleaned up there, and the other 6 are over there on the floor, all sanded, ready to be polished up. And we'll buy some new rings for those, and have us a pretty decent little motor out of all these parts. Also picked up a pan. See the pan over here. Really nice pan. Milodon pan. It's full of some carnage. Here's the windage tray. Parts collector. I won't be incorporating that into the new motor. Never use a windage tray ever. A little bit of oil that splashes up on the crank isn't going to rob that much horsepower, trust me. And all those do is collect everything when the motor grenades and make a shelf for all the shit to land on. But there's the what's left of the brand new piston in there. Took out the piston and piston ring, all kinds of stuff in there. But yeah, that's what's going on. So not a whole lot. I thought I'd turn the camera on, getting ready to run down to O-Town. Got to give my car a bath. It's all dirty today. And making the paint run for Andrea this morning, so that'll be cool. I don't get to go to Orlando very often, but we're definitely going to do that. I was going to sell the motor in this car. Andrea says I have to finish one to put in here because I need a car to drive because school's starting, and I'll be shuttling kids back and forth. But it is for sale, however, and I'd like to get $1,500 for this one. For the long block, if you want the carburetors, you know, I'd rather not sell my carburetors. You know, you just buy you a set of K-Rons, bolt them on this motor, and you'd have a really nice piece. Little header and some K-Rons. This motor runs really good. It's a 1600, not a 1641. I don't build 1641s just because the cylinder walls are so thin that it compromises the dependability of the motor. So this is 1600. Runs under 200 degrees or right at 200 degrees cylinder head temperature on the interstate, on the highway. You know, if you run it up to 80 miles an hour, it will get hot, just like any other Volkswagen. You know, so 65, 70 miles an hour, you'd be driving all day long. You know, if you want to go 80, 90 miles an hour, it is full flow. You might have to incorporate a cooler on there and stuff like that. This was a brand new AS21 engine case. Had new cylinder heads, new SEMA pistons or Mall piston cylinders, C35 scat cam. What else is in there? It's full flowed, and the heads are ported, of course. It's got the heavy high rev springs on there. They're actually Berg springs with the inner spring taken out. And it runs really well. Yeah, so if you're in the area, I'd rather prefer somebody to come drive it, make sure it's what they want and like, and yeah, we can go from there. A couple of guys have expressed some interest for it, and you know, I'd be glad to sell it. I'm pretty close to getting the other motor done, so it won't be long. I also have this 1600 that we assembled in here. It's a short block style. I've been sort of busy and haven't been able to get back to this one yet, but this is a rebuilt 1600, rebuilt case, inserted, rebuilt rods, new bearings, new cam bearings, new oil pump, new lifters. It's a regrind cam. You know, I'm going to try to get this one done this week also, and I might just pop that in my car and pull this one out and rock the stalker for a while and put a 1-barrel carburetor on there and stuff. Still waiting on some parts for the 2-liter. Got to get some valve springs. Have some valve spring issues, and went down and tried to buy from Scooter some springs from Scooter, and he didn't want to sell any springs, so I have to do some research and find some springs and all that good stuff. So well, I saw Easy Jeezy's comment, and I was really tempted to do the stock cam thing in this motor, but I don't want to limit my customers. A lot of people are turned off when you tell them it's got a stock cam in it, even though they run really well. But the problem is a lot of times, you know, they don't get the opportunity to drive the car and feel the power. So, however, you know, the stock cam thing does make really good power, up to 4,000 RPM. I was looking for a little more power with this motor. I was looking for something that we could, you know, street strip, maybe take the drag strip every once in a while and race the car and not be embarrassed, you know. So that was my original intention. But, and I probably still will go that way. The only thing that's keeping me from getting that done is the valve springs and having the heads machine. So I'll get that figured out, and we'll come up with some sort of a valve spring there, or we'll get paid for some of the work that we've been doing, and we'll just buy a set of heads. So there's more than one way to kill a bird for sure. Is it a bird? Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, that's what we're doing. Got to clean up around here today. We sort of had some fun. I didn't turn the camera on yesterday. Johnny and Ronnie came by. It was always good to see those guys. And Ronnie said he's going to start making videos here soon. We'll see about that, huh? And we'll be going over to his house this weekend. We're going to do a little measuring on a motor that he's going to be assembling. And he just wants me to measure it. He's not ready to assemble. So I'll try to get over there and do some videos from his house. He's got some cool stuff, Mustang that he's working on. And he's a big Ford guy, so he's got a lot of Ford parts. So if there's any Ford guys out there that need mostly big block Cobra Jet parts and stuff, police interceptor stuff, he's got a lot of that, 429, 460 stuff. So yeah, we'll go over there and check him out. But yeah, that's what's going on. Got the cats in here trying to look for somewhere to go to the bathroom. They like to make me clean their mess up. So anybody needs a cat, I got a couple. Black and whites, black one there, real friendly, real friendly. So anyway, that's where we're at. We got the race this weekend in Lakeland. We'll be going down there, checking that out. And yeah, seeing what's happening. And there's a couple races coming up here soon, so it'd be pretty cool. We need to get out to Speed World too. I heard they resurfaced that track, made it really nice. So we'll have to get out there and check that out for sure. I got these Ford Pistons almost done. I think I got that one there. And I got these 3 left. So I need to get these done today. And yeah, things are just getting done slowly but surely. Takes a while for me to do it, but usually the results are good. This is a springy box, I can tell you that. But anyway, yeah, we got these Aries pistons that we're doing for that other motor, and there's 5 of them. So I got to finish these other 3, and this project will be ready to go off to the balancer and move on with that.